fun topics. Thank you for viewing my channel. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. So, I'm doing this video because it's been bothering me for a few days, so bear with me. So, RG3, has been trending and going viral due to his comments towards Angel Reese, and it's mostly about him lying on Angel Reese. So some, Twitter account. Okay, so if y'all know that Angel Reese is the cover on the NBA 2K26 WNBA edition, and this all started with some fool by the name of Goblin Slayer. This, a racist prick, took the, screenshot the cover, went to AI, and went to generate to depict Angel Reese as a monkey. So of course, and RG3, decide he's gonna, find the time for him to share the photo that the dude post and make a comment about it, talking about, all right, this has got to stop. Angel Reese should be depicted as a monkey. I don't care how much you hate a player. No one, deserves to be racially depicted as a primate. It's on the comment. I got the screenshot for y'all to read it. So then, a lot more than due to doing more research, I found out he added more to the stuff. And I can see why people are on his ass, because this fool was talking about how Angel shared, posts of, his family, his wife getting death threats, or children receiving sexual advances, child sexuality, stuff to happen to his kids. You're gonna see the stuff posted on my videos, and then he had the nerve to say that, I'm not lying about, Angel hating Caitlin Clark, because someone from Angel's Inner Circle told me that she hated Caitlin Clark, and she told him this and that, like she's jealous of Caitlin Clark, and every time people ask her about Caitlin, she gets pissed off about it, she gets jealous about it, and all that kind of stuff he will say. So, what I'm saying? It's gotten to a part that it's got disgusting, and here's a video of Ryan Clark getting on RG3's ass again, and let me roll you that clip.
RG3 seems to have this strange fascination with Angel Reese, or connection to the spotlight and attention that it brings, or who it brings those things from. I know now I don't get to speak on someone else's Black experience or call something self-hate when I don't know how you truly connect to the community or the culture, or I can't assume that you see yourself in the thing that you push back against. But this one should have been easy. Angel Reese, this young, beautiful, talented, hardworking, successful Black woman who is on an absolute tear in the WNBA, who has an opportunity now to unveil her own shoe, is depicted as a monkey in this graphic. A graphic I only saw on his page. So now his millions of followers can see this, and it should be easy to defend her against such deplorable hate and racism and bigotry and evil. But he couldn't do that. He had to make himself both the victim and the hero of this story. He had to mention that Angel Reese did something to him instead of acknowledging what he initially did to her. He had to be the champion again for Caitlin Clark, I guess, against the young, angry Black woman, by lying on her and her inner circle. So now Angel Reese, who should be, and trying to ignore the noise of all the evil and attacks that she feels every single day, has to come out along with her mother to shut down these lies and accusations from RG3. This should have been a situation where he comes out as human and says, we have to stop this. Because by his own admission, he says, if you don't support people that don't look like you, you're a part of the problem. Let me be clear. If you never support people that look like you are also a part of the problem. God made us with the responsibility for inclusion and compassion and empathy and love for all people. We also have that same responsibility for our people. I know people were mad that I apologized for my initial statements, but I wanted to make sure people had clarity about what I was saying. But while we're on apologies, we all owe Rob Parker an apology because though he was early, he was right about RG3.
Okay, so shout out to Ron Clark, you know, telling us about RG3 and how he's the problem, how he doesn't grow up to, you know, be a part of the black community. You know, he's not about the cause, like Rob Barker said. You know, he's Ryan Clark is saying how Angel Reese is a beautiful young lady, a businesswoman who's talented, who got her own shoe line, who's in the front cover of 2K26, and you know, and here comes RG is like trying to find a way to diminish her and put her in more, you know, danger than she already is, where she has to deal with every day. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's an issue when you're part of a problem because you refuse to be a part of your community because you know what I'm saying, you're black just like all of us, but because you wasn't raised in a black area, you feel the need to coon the way you do. I've known it's plenty of black people who was raised in the suburbs, or, you know, not raised in Section 8 areas and all that, but they have not, you know, turned their backs on their black community behind it. You know, they experienced the racism. In fact, they probably experienced racism. They probably experienced, you know, how rich non-black folks look at them and how they just, you know, down them when they see them. You know, it could be plenty of stuff with that. You know, just because you grew up in a suburban area in a nice neighborhood doesn't mean it's any better. You know, it could be just as bad as the people in the hood. You know, rich people are criminals, you know, in happy uniforms. Oh, I can say. Or, but how do I say? Oh, you know what? Wolves and sheep. It's just no different from people that's in wolves and sheep's clothing. You know, wear a nice mask of a happy face, but hiding behind that happy mask is a demon cruel face who has it all. That's all it is. Also, you know, Angel responds to it, you know what I'm saying, and she wasn't lying because she's calling them know, like, the fact that you have to say that, you know, you know someone in her inner circle, and it's for you to say that someone from my inner circle who I know the first and last name of told you all about this, about what these lies about me is crazy work. It's gonna be, you know, it's posted on there. Her and the mama respond to his comments, and they just go off on his ass, and rightfully so. Because how are you gonna sit there and make these lies like that? You already was on some deep shit when you on that first game when they had a game against the Chicago Sky, played the Indiana Fever on May 17th, when Angel got the rebound. Caitlin, you know, did a little hard foul on her, and Angel reacted, you know, like any other normal player will react when someone intentionally hard fouls them. You know what I'm saying? She went after Caitlin Clark. Here comes RG3, his dumb ass gonna make a post about it, you know, claiming that Angel Reese has showed proof, and it's time for her to stop lying about that she hates Caitlin Clark and all that nonsense. You know, I did a video about that. And now here he is making more lies about her, claiming that she's sharing posts about his family and all that, and he's talking about he would never threaten her family or talk about her family. The point is, she never even did that to your family, and you just completely lied and you got your ass caught on about it. The problem is with RG is he that type of dude who didn't get that black girl in high school, and so when he settled for a white girl, he tore down the black women as some sort of revenge to big up his ugly ass spoiled white wife and now his glass of spoiled milk. So I'm gonna tell you this, RG3. You may want to stop speaking on Angel Reese. The lies, the slandering, she deal with it enough. But your slandering on her name tops the cake. You know what I'm saying? That takes the cake. And you are just a few more tweets away from taking some knuckles to the face. So you may want to just sit yourself out of this Angel Reese situation from now on. Because let me ask you something, RG3. Where was this energy? Where were you when Caitlyn got into some heated moments with JC Sheldon and Marina Mabry? Where was that energy when Marina Mabry knocked Caitlyn Clark on her ass? Did you say anything about that or make a video about that? Like, literally, we saw the video of Marina Mabry push Caitlyn Clark. And I'm talking about, like, boom, bum rushed her and knocked Caitlyn down and pretty much blindsided at that. And I didn't see not one tweet that you made about it. Not one tweet. But you go after Angel Reese for reacting over a hard foul. Are you fucking serious right now, bro? But it's because, you know, Marina, JC, and Caitlyn, those were all white girls. You let it slide. You know, I forgot you have a crazy obsession for milk, like a real obsession for milk. You know what I'm saying? And as far as I know, I'm off on Marina Mabry and JC Sheldon. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy with what Marina Mabry did because Caitlyn tends to, like, you know, let her fans big her up to make her this, you know, arrogant basketball player. She even told whatever she was doing to JC Sheldon, JC let her know, like, hey, you can't do that. And Caitlyn responded, I can do whatever if I want. Like, seriously? Yeah. You might wanna check her on that. But you won't, because you gotta please your massa and your massa wife. But you know what I'm saying? But keep it up. One of these days, RG3, your self-hatred is gonna get you a lot of hurt. You're gonna get yourself hurt. So honestly, bro, leave Angel Reese alone. Back up off her. Shut up talking about her. Don't mention anything about what she's doing. Just leave her alone, bro. Seriously. This is JG, always on topics. I'm here to say peace out.